Hi, I'm Gemma. I run the Wye Valley Sculpture Garden. The Wye Valley Sculpture Garden is opposite the old station in Tinton, well, south-facing slope overlooking the banks of the river. Historically said to be once farmed by the monks from the abbey. This space is, part of a long journey and an ongoing journey. It is a combination of many of my passions, which is the outdoor world, the natural world, plants, art. Oh God, tell me what I don't love. So the garden was started about 45 years ago. I can see that it's quite a young garden, but yet a massive amount of work's gone into it. I started landscaping the garden properly about 20 years ago. My parents started adding plants to the garden 45 years ago. So it's a sort of marriage of the two. I did a ceramic degree, which I predominantly did sculpture when I was at university. And I came back from London, having missed the valley very, very much, and just saw this vision of, let's add sculptures to the garden. It's made up of several different spaces because it has to encompass several different things. Let's be really clear, the most important thing for me in the garden is the diversity, and diversity throughout the year, because the guiding light behind the garden has always got to be the ecology and the fact that it's organic. We do not use any chemicals here. It's all about creating the most abundant place for wildlife, and that is from the snowdrops that we plant. So the garden is open in February for our snowdrops, which we are increasing that collection. The garden is divided so that there are large formal lawns, and that means that people can hire the space and have weddings here. My dream is that in a few years' time there will be a snowdrop wedding. But the most crucial thing is the wildlife. I'm not going to garden this to an inch of its life. I don't think I have a typical week. I am somebody who does quite a lot of different things. And has COVID changed my daily life? It hasn't really. This place still needs the same degree of looking after and maintenance. Gardens don't stop growing just because of COVID-19. COVID has afforded me some more space for myself and to sculpt, which I have to say has been absolutely wonderful. The time I've had to walk in the woods and be alone and reconnect with nature. I feel tearful talking about it. It has just been the most profound and amazing and healing experience. There, of course, is the flip side of the coin where the money has stopped. And I think for everybody it's made us really address, where is the balance? What is it all about? And I am wholeheartedly quite petrified, to be honest, about looking at this sort of new normal. Is that the term that's out there? Has anybody heard anything really substantial about, any new way forward, a different way forward, a greener way forward? I know... I felt really inspired and heartened when you hear people like Macron talking about ecocide. You see cyclists, cycle lanes on the road. You see pedestrianisation increasing. Even, to be honest, when you talk about things like Black Lives Matter, it is a really exciting time in terms of there is a massive healing going on. I know for a lot of people, COVID has been a horrendous experience. I'm very blessed. I really am aware of that. It's very difficult to get a balance with COVID because we've had so much fear pumped into us about this virus. I have my own feelings about this virus. Putting it in a nutshell, ultimately, I feel that we have been intrinsic in creating it because we have created, we've toxified, we've poisoned our planet and we're poisoning ourselves. What do I therefore feel? COVID during lockdown, one of the reasons it desisted was not so much that, being in contact with each other. I think it was more about air quality. I know people who have inhalers, and a lot of them have not used those inhalers nearly as much because the air quality has been so much better. It's we live in a really, really fast, crazy world, which I really, really hope that COVID's going to bring about some changes, but it's highlighted really important things, and that is the love we have for each other. I reiterate again, Black Lives Matter. There was an awful sacrifice, but the love and the outpouring and the people standing in solidarity to say no more. 2020 is such an important year. It's a real space to create insight, challenging ourselves to look differently, which is, my God, is what this planet needs. Mother Nature is the boss. My vision has always been with the Wye Valley Sculpture Garden, and everything that I do is about creating beautiful, peaceful spaces that people can come, people can be. And I think more than ever, and COVID has definitely highlighted this, people's connection with creativity. So I do want to start seeing more and more courses being run here where people can come and try different materials. I've always wanted to create a garden where people just come, and lots of people say they just come and they just sit, and get lost. I mean, that for me is about creating this magical, healthy respite away from the craziness of the world. But that connection with nature, is that not our greatest leveller and our greatest healer?